The dream was to move to the country and find a piece of land and grow a significant amount of my family's food and medicine. And so I strapped every possible gardening tool I could to my belt, and I bought a ridiculous amount of seeds, and I was off to the races. And the truth was, it was way harder than I ever imagined. I was living my dream, but I really wasn't having a lot of fun. I just really wanted to be able to reclaim this dream. I wasn't ready to give up. And so I started looking for, okay, what is an easier way to accomplish this? And that's how I started diving down the rabbit hole of perennial plants. Annual plants are the ones that we're most familiar with. Our tomatoes and our peppers and corn and beans. Annuals are things that grow quickly in one season. They'll put on seed and then they'll die. So you have to plant them every year. Perennials are different. Perennials are kind of like the marathon runners of the garden. So you plant them once and they're a little slower to start, but they produce season after season. All these yarrow seeds look like they're perfectly ripe. Let's go ahead and grab these. Perennial plants are advantageous in so many ways. The first most important thing is they're less work. It's just so much more fun in the garden when you kind of set it and forget it. They're drought tolerant. They have much deeper root systems than their annual counterparts, and so they're able to reach for water and minerals that annual plants simply can't reach. They're incredible at attracting pollinators. They flower at different times of year than annuals, and so they bring in bees, they bring in insects, and more bees equals more food for us. When annual plants have given up the ghost and died, perennial plants really shine because many of them actually give you food year-round. They help you save money, so you can water them less. They have deeper roots, so you don't have to fertilize them as much. They can mine for minerals, and you only have to plant them once. So many of them live for many, many seasons, and you can always propagate and keep them going. So they end up really saving you a lot of money in the long run. They're also really great for climate change. So they're kind of weather resilient rock stars. And so many of them, you can just cut them to the ground and they'll be able to bounce back. And so these are incredible plants to have, especially with all the climate change and severe weather patterns coming through. Perennial plants are able to resist these types of challenges. And my favorite advantage of perennial vegetables is actually their wild adaptability. So they have developed this capacity to be able to survive season to season. And the way they do that is by being able to adapt to situations around them. They're resilient. And so when we eat these plants, we're not just eating that amazing nutrition that they pull up from their deeper root systems, we're also taking in this energy of adaptability, of resilience. And so if we are what we eat, I want to eat smart, resilient, perennial plants. Perennial plants are such great teachers for me. They teach me so many lessons. It really is my green temple when I step into the garden. They remind me to rest, that I can't bloom all the time. They remind me that I'm part of something bigger, of this intelligent design. I see the dance of the rain falling on the earth, and I see the plants soaking up the sun. And I just am reminded of this beautiful give and take, that we are a part of this cycle and this amazing abundance. There's nowhere I feel more abundant than when I'm in my garden. And it's such a joy to be able to share this natural overflow with people around me, because that way we can all become gardeners. And we grow a lot more than plants as we do this. We're growing love, we're growing understanding, we're growing community that can bloom year after year.